Here is called a disc sander. Now, I really don't like the disc sander that well, but it does have its place. Okay, first of all, the sandpaper on here doesn't last very long. So it gets all gummed up and then it's worthless. And to change the paper is kind of a pain. Okay, so we might use it, we might not use it, depending on what you're using it for. But I want you to know the safety of the machine. It's called a disc sander. Can you figure out why? Pretty simple, right? Now the disc of the machine rotates clockwise. Is that clockwise? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. The second hand would go this way, right, on the clock? So it rotates clockwise. Since it rotates clockwise, our sanding should always be done on the right side of the disc. We should never be sanding on the left side. Here's the reason why. Because it will keep our material flat on the table. We always, no matter what machine we're using, we want to keep our material flat on the table. Or flat on the table. Okay, so we want to make sure that that happens. If I was to sand on the left side, it would draw my material up on me and draw my hand into the paper. It's bad news, right? Also, the dust would travel up into the air and get caught in our noses. And that's not good either. If we sand on the right side, it holds our material down. The dust goes down into the machine and into the dust collection system. Therefore, it keeps our air nice and clean in here. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're using the machine properly. Since this machine rotates this way, there's a big danger zone between the table and the paper. It's where we could pinch our finger right there. And it takes that much time to sand off your fingernail. So we have to know where these things are at all times when we're using this machine. It's very important to watch out for them. Okay? So I'm going to start it up. Now this machine right here goes fast. Here's the motor located right here in the back. The axle of the motor is attached right to the disc. So it's going to travel as fast as that motor can turn. Let's check it out. It's pretty fast. Okay? So if I shut it off, there's no brake. I'm going to turn it off right now. And you tell me, is it still dangerous? Yeah. You know how long it takes for it to stop? About 5 minutes. So if you're going to use this machine, you better be ready to wait the 5 minutes for it to stop. Okay? So, proper operation. You want to sand on the right side. Now it's not going to work very good right now because the sandpaper is dull. Okay. You want to work it back and forth. But you always want to sand down to your line. You don't want to go beyond your line because your line is where you want it to be. Okay? Go ahead and stop it. And now we have to wait until it's done. Okay, so let's go through some naming of some areas. All right?